Hi there. Welcome to the dealer's room. This is my dealer's table. I may introduce you to my books. First off, we have the Tinker's World series, a post-apocalyptic action-adventure series set in what is today Ontario. Cats, a cyberpunk romantic comedy involving cats. The newest addition to my works, Havens in the Storm, a classic fantasy adventure, swords and horses. Well, they've eaten the horses, but we'll get into that later. Nuki Kabai, a modern paranormal action adventure set in Toronto, Hamilton, St. Catharines, and Niagara Falls. Worlds Apart, a paranormal romance, but the vampire is a secondary character, and it's a wizard from a parallel dimension and a witch from our world who are the primary characters. We have as well Horn of the Kraken, a Norse fantasy Viking adventure. And from Horn of the Kraken, it does branch out because it's set in the Fate of the Norns Ragnarok role-playing game universe. Very historically accurate, by the way. And from Horn of the Kraken, 2 modules have been made for play in that universe. Dead Man's Blade and Horn of the Kraken, the adventure module. I am co-author of both. And this is the core rulebook for the Fate of the Norns Ragnarok role-playing system. The only book you actually need to play the game. There's loads of expansions, but it's the one. And then I'm going to move on, and I will mention that The Mistletoe Spear is an upcoming sequel to Horn of the Kraken that should be out sometime in 2020. The virus doesn't get it. Also, Love, Time, Space, and Magic, Group Hex Volume 1, Group Hex Volume 2, are all anthologies that I have a story in each. Love, Time, Space, and Magic are love stories with a sci-fi or fantasy twist. Group Hex Volume 1 and Group Hex Volume 2 are horror stories, and the contributors reads like a who's who of the Canadian horror scene. For those of you who like works of a somewhat more adult nature, Happy MILF Day and Happy DILF Day, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think. And I also have an essay in 1984 in the 21st century, which is basically a collection of essays looking at how 1984 stacks up as a predictive story to the current era. If you'd like to know a little bit more about any of my books, please go to my Amazon page or website. I've posted them both in the forward to this. And you can just go further down on this thread, and I'll be posting a more in-depth look at each of the novels as we get further as we descend the thread. And you can just pick the one that you're interested in, or the many that you're interested in. I hope you're having a good day, and stay warm and stay safe.